Everybody? Welcome back to the final Crack Kills Quick Hits of the 2025 season and the first one of 2026. Championship Sunday. 4 teams left, 2 vying for a title, 2 vying for the top pick next year. Let's take a look at the 2 games and put a bow on the 2025 season. First, the Shit Bowl. All business. Facing off with Phil's Fugitives. The Fugitives coming off a treble in 2024. Now in the Shit Bowl, hey, not a bad possibility for the Fugitives to get back in the winning ways for 2026. Meanwhile, All Business playing in their second Shit Bowl in 3 seasons. Of course, they won it 2 years ago, took Marvin Harrison. Hasn't turned out as well as they would have hoped, so maybe time for a team reset in 2026 for All Business. Regardless of what pick they come up with, 1 or 2, they will be picking at the top of the draft and a chance to add a prime time player. That's the Shit Bowl. Be watching that, I'm sure. Maybe not as closely as we'll be watching the next one. Crack Kills Championship. King Quon versus Mean Jeans. King Quon dominated for 99% of the season before being clipped in the last week by Unfinished Business. Now, Quon gets a chance to try to get their first championship since 2019, which, coincidentally, was a matchup with the Mean Jeans. Quon's second finals appearance. On the other side of the coin are the Mean Jeans. 10-time Crack Kills finalists. Insane numbers. 5 out of the last 7 they have played in the championship. Of course, 3 in a row a few years ago. Now, looking to get back to the top of the mountain for their first championship since, huge drought, 2022. The Jeans, not a great start from Brock Purdy, which could be karma since he joined the team late in the season. Quon, only 10 from Christian McCaffrey, who has been nearly unstoppable this season and maybe the top pick in the draft, depending on how you look at things compared to the injuries. We'll be watching this one to see if Quon can come away from the season with a championship and maybe clean up those wounds that they suffered at the end of the regular season. Meanwhile, the Jeans look to make up for their second place finish in 2024 with the title in 2025. 2 games today. Of course, we got started yesterday, but we'll close it off tonight. Pittsburgh, Baltimore to end the season, the regular season tonight. Just also want to say thanks to everybody for returning this year. Great season once again. We had some big time ups and big time downs, some long winning streaks, some long losing streaks, teams that were pretenders, teams that were contenders and turned into pretenders, and teams that just things didn't go exactly right for the season. We'll see who can turn things around in 2026. Finally, financials. Please, everybody, get your money in if you have not paid yet. I'd like to get everyone paid as soon as possible, unlike last year when I waited until almost the beginning of this season to do that. Trying to be a better commissioner for this year. It's one of my goals for 2026. So if you haven't paid, please get that in. I'll be putting a list of payments, winnings, high scores, and all the closing business for the season. I'll get that posted at some point today. Once again, thanks to everybody for another great season of Crack Kills football. I'm so glad to have this group together, and let's run it back in 2026. Happy New Year. Hope everyone has a good year. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you in September. Peace out, everybody.